I'm so excited about what we're going to bring to you in today's video clip. Recently, we had Joshua Mills out at one of our Glory Explosion conferences in Phoenix. And this one evening, all of a sudden, this sapphire and diamond glitter started falling. He gets an angel that comes to him. I've actually felt the presence of that angel, and it releases the glory from heaven, and you can see it tangibly. I'm telling you, tangibly. All of a sudden he got covered, his hands, his clothes, in his hair, in his scalp, with this blue sapphire and little flecks of diamond all over him. It was on the floor around him as well. Afterwards, in the speaker's room, we were having hospitality after, and a number of people saw this. I didn't, but he saw it, and a number of people saw it. It was like this big ball of it came in front of him, just came in here, and then all of a sudden got released over him. And right in the next second, I looked over, and there he was, so covered with this thick sapphire diamond glitter. In fact, we had some of it in our Bibles and some of it on our clothes. I've got a blouse that I'll probably never wash because it's got the little bits of the sapphire and diamond on it still because I hugged him. We're just going to show you a clip of that now. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that, Lord.
Oh my God.
What it's beautiful. It's awesome.
Thank you.
I
was surprised tonight because it's never come blue.
Never come blue
No,
before.
there's like, it came solid blue tonight and then it started, the silver started popping out of it.
Get a little
Because
more
there's
light.
silver also in here.
Back out of the light shirt a bit, and then it'll, there, now you can get a really good
Okay.
shot. Oh, he's getting good ones.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. This is just amazing.
Dump a little bit more. I want a good douse. Look at that.
I want some
I
too.
wonder if we got some tape.
So do you want to come stay
I
at
think
our
it's-
house tonight?
Yeah.
Well, last time you left gold in the bed for months and never even washed
All
that
of our
sheet.
couch. Awesome.
Yeah.
He's getting messed up.
Yeah.
Right on.
Well, then the next morning after that evening, we went into the meeting. My husband goes to pick up Joshua in his hotel room to bring him down. And there's Joshua like this, with his hands are just dripping oil. It's coming out all over the place, and he's trying to pour it in from one to another. And my husband says, well, let me get you, a cup for it. And then he got rid of it, but then it just kept coming. It just was coming out all over his hands, and they kept putting it in this cup, and actually 2 cups. Which is interesting because in Zechariah it talks about the oil coming out of those two tubes and pipes, and so here's all this oil. It just kept pouring out of him. So my husband put it all in one glass, and then they went down into the meeting, and it's still pouring out all over the place. And so he had this, like, it was about like 1/3 of a cup of oil that had poured off of his hands, and it was still thick on his hands, pouring out in the meeting. And when we smelt the oil, though, what was so cool is it had like this wine smell in it. So it was like oil and wine. And I thought, this is amazing. So in that service, we all got anointed with it and all kinds of stuff. But these are heavenly signs. It's like heaven to earth. Let your kingdom come. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And it's heavenly oil and heavenly signs of sapphire, just like it says in the Bible. And it's just amazing that we can experience it in the earth. We had an amazing time. But then, even more, is that we had a young man come up on the last night, and he's just a young boy, and he had been worshiping, and the Lord said, I'm going to give you a gift. Look down at your foot. And on the floor in front of him was this diamond, a real diamond as we know it in the earth. It was over 1/2 carat, perfectly formed, a really high quality diamond. He just put it in his hand. We've got a clip of it for you there. And I mean, it's just signs and wonders. That this is just a little glimpse of some of the stuff that happens at our meetings. We had someone else email us with a recent conference that they attended where they looked down at the seat. I wonder if I got this story right. It was something like they were either at a conference or they had watched us on webcast or something, but they looked down at their seat and picked up this gem, and it was in the shape of a heart. And they sent us the picture. It was all different colors inside the heart. And I've seen those form in other people's hands as well. It's supernatural. People say, well, why would God do that? And I guess just to amaze us. And what this one couple said is that they were amazed at how it just created worship in their heart, that it was true. Like it didn't make them want to worship the little stone, but it just lifted their heart up to worship. And that's what wonders and signs are for, is to point us to God. And, you know, when I saw that sapphire, I didn't say, oh, I think I'll worship the sapphire. I think I'll worship the diamonds. It wasn't even in my heart to do that at all. I just wanted to worship God because he was so amazing. The God that gives these special signs. And another thing it does for me is it just makes me think of the reality of the unseen realm, of the kingdom realm, the invisible realm, and what I read in the Bible about the sapphires in heaven and the different stones and the gold and all that. It just makes me think of heaven. And then after the conference, when Joshua finished one evening, we had him, I of course put up in the hotel, and he said, would you mind if I stayed at your house tonight instead of at the hotel? And I thought, are you kidding? I'd like to have you in my house any day. And so he came and slept in our guest room. And in the middle of the night, I got woken up 3 times, and there's angels that filled our house. I could feel like an open portal in the home. And in the morning, I said to him, I said, Joshua, did the Lord tell you to come to release angels into the house? And he had this small smile. He said, yeah, he did. And he's so humble. He never told me that ahead of time. He just was going to go do his work that God told him to do. And if I hadn't said anything, he never would have probably said anything. But in the bed where he slept, it is covered with diamond glitter. And we had a bedspread on it and pillow shams and stuff like that. They're covered in glitter. We put them in a bag. We're going to keep them. And we just put another one on for our guests. But we washed the sheets, the pillowcases, full of diamond glitter. We washed the sheets, and it's still, there's more diamond glitter on it. So we've got another ministry guest coming in, and we're going to put them in that bed. It's like amazing. It's just signs from heaven. I don't know what else to say, except it makes me really happy. Some people get so upset about these things, but for me, it just makes me happy. I feel like the signs of God can make you glad, sad, or mad. For me, they make me glad. They make me worship him and delight in him and look for the next time. I can hardly wait for the next conference, because we never know what's going to happen. It's always something fresh and wonderful. But when we gather together and worship him, he shows up and just gives us these blessings. So I hope this is a blessing to you.